everybody. This is Minister Jameka Riggs coming back with another episode of The Storm. I said I was going to do it every month. I'm doing it on the leap year. Woo! Leap year. I want to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody for our Valentine's Day. R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant and all the people who have passed. I know it's been a rough week for everybody who love Kobe. I want to say happy birthday to anybody who had birthdays. Just give them a little shout out. Today I'm doing something different. Today I'm going to interview somebody who had been through a storm. You know, I would talk about storms, and I decided to have somebody who have experienced storms to tell their experience and give y'all some advice if y'all need some advice. Today I have my mom.
Hi everyone.
Katherine Gage, also known as KGbeautywithin. She also has her own broadcast. Can you tell them a little bit about your broadcast?
My name is Katherine Gage, so mine is Katherine Gage, and it's KGbeautywithin, and it just basically is here to encourage and lift up people, give my experiences, talk about beauty, skincare, and life in general. So it's just a place to show people how to have a true beauty from within.
And she's also an author. Would you like to tell them a little bit about the book you wrote?
Yes, I wrote a book about my daughter, Mika, and it's called Fighting for Mika. You can find it on Amazon, or you can just Google it, and you can find it on Walmart.com now. It's just a book about my daughter and our life of her going through bullying, ADHD, and also mental illness, and how God has blessed us to overcome. So make sure you check that book out. You can also go to my website, KatherineGage.org, and you will find the book as well.
Thank you. And I have some good news. I just found out that I am on Google. Woo-hoo. Oh my God, I just made the Google. Oh yes. Awesome. I'm on Spotify, Google. I'm on the main stuff now. I'm so happy.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to jump right into it. Mom, can you tell us a little bit about the storms you have been through? Let's start for example when Kobe Bryant was passing and you heard the news and you started having a storm of grief. Can you tell us a little bit about how it made you feel when you were in that storm?
January 26, 2020, we lost an icon. We lost someone that I love very dearly, Kobe Bryant. I have always been a Laker fan, and I've watched just all the Lakers, Magic, and all of them. And I had just found a special love for Kobe throughout the years, because I really did love his Mamba mentality and how he never gave up. So he has really pushed me in a lot of areas of my life. And when I heard the news, I really found myself in a very dark place. We have just lost quite a few people. If I can backtrack, we lost my aunt November 2019, and we lost my brother-in-law, we call him Jed, our boss man. We lost him December 25th. So I already was having a lot of grief that I had not handled. And when I heard about Kobe, it took me in a very dark place. I mean, I have been sick for a long while, and I've really basically just had to just pray and ask God to help me get through that storm. I couldn't sleep at night. I just cried all the time. It just was devastating, not just to hear about Kobe's death, but his daughter and all the other 7 lives, because it was people on board, and I just take that really hard. And so honestly, what has really got me through it is the memorial service. I had to have some closure, and that's how I was able to get through it. You know, I think about it sometimes, I cry sometimes, but I have to, there's a special place in the back of my head where loved ones get tucked when I can't bring them to the forefront, and I can't bring them to think about them because I can't function. And that's my grandmother, my father, my cousin Gail, my cousin Chris, my grandfather, and Kobe now, and my brother-in-law. I have those special people. They're just special people that just really mean a lot to me, and I have to just tuck them. And that's how I kind of got through that. and I had to pray a lot. So that was one way I got through that storm, was a lot of prayer, a lot of talking to you. This is my daughter, but I also talk to her. She's a very great friend as well. I always said that I'm her mother first, but then she's my best friend as well. And I talk to her, I talk to my family, and everybody knows how much I felt about him. And so, but my heart goes out for his wife and the children, and so that helps me to get over mine a little bit better, because I know that there's other lives out there that have, you know, impact that he was with all the time.
I know recently you had some difficulties with this despair storm. Let's talk a little bit about that. What were you thinking when you was going through that storm?
When I was going through the storm of grief, I did have a lot of despair. It makes you feel like sometimes you want to say, "Come, Lord Jesus, and come get me." But I know that my work here is God's got a lot of work for me to do. And so what I had to do is I had to really rely on my faith in God, rely on that He doesn't make a mistake, rely on the fact that He's a sovereign God, rely on the fact that He's all-knowing, He's all-seeing, and that He has everything in control. And that's how I had to get out of that. I had to literally just really, you know, I was in a very dark spot, as I said, a very dark spot. And I am going to go to also start taking some grieving classes, because I know that would help if I do some grieving classes. So I got a friend of mine just lost her mother and her brother last year, and we're gonna start taking some grieving classes, and I know that would help me. I've actually taken a grieving course, so I should know how to get over this, but sometimes, you know, you have to go back and revisit those areas.
And one more question, do you have any advice for people who actually are going through storms right now, but they really can't form words to get them out of it?
The first thing you have to do, I would say, is you have to acknowledge that you are in a dark spot. You have to admit that you're in a dark spot. If you don't admit it, then you're going to stay in that dark spot. So it may be a matter of just talking to God and saying, "Lord, I'm in a dark spot right now. I'm in a dark place. I really need you to pull me out of it." Talk to some of your loved ones that you can really be honest with, because everybody's not going to understand your storm, for one. Everybody's going to some people are going to tell you to pull out of it. Some people are going to say get over it. And that's one thing about Kobe, is that I had, Casal had said, Apostle Casal had said that Kobe would be telling us to get over it. And I'm like, what? He was not a person that loved he liked to get over things, you know. He didn't hold on to it. So by him having that, knowing that that's what he would say, that has helped me, because I'm like, he would be upset with us for grieving over him, because he would want us to do better. He would want us to learn something from his death. And so admit that you have an issue, and then if you need to go get help, go get help. Sometimes you have to get professional help. You may have to go get you a counselor. You may have to go get a preacher or a pastor, someone that's gifted in that area. But it's okay. It's okay to say, "I'm not okay." That's what I would tell you. It's okay to say, "I'm not okay," and then get the help that you need, and that will help you get through that storm. But if you're in denial, because when you grieve, you're gonna go through all the steps. You're gonna get angry. You're gonna go through denial. You're gonna get upset with people. You're also not gonna believe it. So there's stages of the grief that you go through, but you have to go through each step in order to get to the healing part of it, because there is healing for it. You may not get it may not be over, but you will be able to function.
Alright, that's it for tonight. I thank you for people who have been listening to my podcast. I will be bringing you stuff every month. So I will be telling you and helping you get through all your storms. I want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you
very much, Mom. You have inspired, you have motivated, and you have encouraged a lot of people who need this. Thank you for sharing your story, and hopefully you can learn something from what you talking about.
You know what? I really want to say thank you, because this has actually helped me. My daughter always have her own way of helping people get out of their storms, and I know that this was kind of a way for her to help me get out this storm. She didn't want to admit it, but I know my daughter. She has the same qualities that I have, And so I just want to say thank you, sweetheart. This has really helped me. This has really been a way for me to express my condolences, express how I'm feeling, but also to get through the storm. So thank you. This I tell you, God, this is a blessing here. God has brought her out of a lot of storms herself, and her broadcast is going to blossom because she's real and she doesn't mind telling you, like we always like to bring awareness to mental illness. We don't mind letting you know about our story. And I say blessings to you, sweetheart. God is going to use this ministry that you have, and He's going to help you to get through all the storms that you have had to overcome, but the storms that may come up, He's going to help you get through them. So thank you so much. This has been a blessing.
Alright, okay, this is Minister Jameka Riggs signing off. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.